Have you ever felt like someone's puppet, dancing to their tune without even realizing it? In a world where relationships can make or break us, it's vital to spot those who seek to control rather than connect. In this video, we will uncover tactics of master manipulators, their hidden motives, and the deep impact they can have on your life. Master manipulators are the ultimate social chameleons. They effortlessly blend into any setting, adapting their personality to match their target's desires and expectations. Their uncanny ability to read people allows them to quickly identify vulnerabilities and aspirations, positioning themselves as the perfect solution to your problems or the ideal companion for your journey. Their charm is both their weapon and their shield. With a captivating smile and a silver tongue, they weave intricate webs of half-truths and flattery. They have a knack for making you feel special, chosen, and understood like never before. This initial charm offensive is carefully designed to lower your defenses and create a false sense of intimacy. However, beneath this meticulously crafted exterior lies a calculating mind. Every compliment, every shared secret, and every act of kindness is a strategic move in their grand plan. They're not interested in genuine connection. They're gathering ammunition for future manipulation. To spot a master manipulator, keep an eye out for inconsistencies in their behavior. They may present different versions of themselves to different people. Pay close attention to how they act when they think no one is watching. The mask may slip, revealing glimpses of their true nature. Be cautious of those who seem too perfect or too agreeable. Authentic relationships have natural friction and disagreements. If someone always tells you exactly what you want to hear, they may be mirroring your desires to gain your trust. Remember, the most dangerous predators are those that can seamlessly blend into their environment. A master manipulator's charm is their camouflage, allowing them to operate undetected. By recognizing this tactic, you can begin to see through the illusion and protect yourself from their influence. The manipulator's charm is often accompanied by an air of mystery or exclusivity. They might drop hints about their connections, achievements, or special knowledge, making you feel privileged to be in their inner circle. This sense of being chosen can be intoxicating, blinding you to red flags that might otherwise be obvious. Watch for how they handle criticism or challenges to their authority. A genuine person can admit faults and engage in constructive dialogue. A manipulator, however, may become defensive, deflect blame, or use their charm to smooth over any cracks in their facade without addressing the underlying issues. Master manipulators are virtuosos of emotion, playing your feelings like a finely tuned instrument. Their arsenal of emotional manipulation tactics is vast and insidious, designed to keep you off balance and under their control. One of their favorite tools is guilt. They'll make you feel responsible for their happiness, their success, and even their failures. If you don't comply with their wishes, they'll paint you as selfish or uncaring. This guilt becomes a leash, constantly pulling you back into line. Another powerful tactic is gaslighting. They'll deny your reality, twist your memories, and make you question your own sanity. "That never happened," they'll say with unwavering confidence, even when you clearly remember the event. Over time, this erodes your self-trust and makes you increasingly reliant on their version of reality. Fear is another string they love to pull. They may use subtle threats or create worst-case scenarios to keep you anxious and compliant. By positioning themselves as your protector from these imagined dangers, they tighten their grip on your life. Intermittent reinforcement is perhaps their most insidious tool. They'll alternate between kindness and cruelty, praise and criticism, attention and neglect. This unpredictability keeps you constantly on edge, always striving to please them in hopes of receiving their positive attention. They're also masters of the love bomb. They'll shower you with affection, gifts, and grand gestures, creating a euphoric high. But this intensity is unsustainable, and when it inevitably wanes, you'll be left chasing that initial rush, willing to do anything to recapture it. Recognizing these tactics is your first line of defense. When you feel strong emotions in response to someone's words or actions, pause and ask yourself, is this a genuine reaction or am I being played? By understanding the puppet master's strings, you can begin to cut them one by one, reclaiming control over your emotional landscape. Manipulators often use comparison as a tool to control you. They might praise others in your presence, subtly implying that you don't measure up. This creates a sense of inadequacy and a desire to prove yourself, making you more susceptible to their influence. They may also employ the moving the goalposts technique. Just when you think you've met their expectations, they'll change the criteria for success. This keeps you in a constant state of striving, never quite feeling good enough. A spider's web is strongest when its threads are interconnected. Similarly, our resilience comes from our network of relationships. Master manipulators understand this, which is why they work tirelessly to isolate their targets from friends, family, and other support systems. The process of isolation is often subtle and gradual. It might start with small comments that plant seeds of doubt about your loved ones. "Did you notice how your sister looked at me? I don't think she likes me," they might say, creating a wedge of suspicion. Over time, these comments escalate, painting your support network as unsupportive, jealous, or even harmful to your well-being. They may encourage you to spend more time with them, slowly monopolizing your schedule. Important events with family or friends are suddenly in conflict with their plans. They might guilt you into choosing them over others, reinforcing the idea that they should be your priority. In some cases, they'll create artificial crises that demand your immediate attention, forcing you to cancel plans with others. This not only isolates you but also positions them as the center of your world. Technology becomes another tool in their arsenal. They might insist on knowing your whereabouts at all times, demand access to your phone or social media accounts, or monitor your communications under the guise of transparency in your relationship. As your world shrinks, they expand to fill the void. They become your confidant, your advisor, and your lifeline to the outside world. This dependency is their ultimate goal, as it gives them unprecedented control over your perceptions and decisions. Be vigilant about maintaining your connections. If you find yourself drifting away from loved ones or feeling increasingly dependent on one person, it's time to reassess the situation. Remember, a healthy relationship encourages growth and independence, not isolation and dependence. To break free from this web of isolation, start by reaching out to those you've lost touch with. Explain your situation if you feel comfortable doing so. You may be surprised by how understanding and supportive people can be. Gradually rebuild your support network, diversifying your social connections and interests. Manipulators may also use your insecurities to justify isolation. They might suggest that your friends don't really understand you or that your family doesn't appreciate your true potential. By positioning themselves as the only one who truly gets you, they create a false sense of intimacy that further isolates you from others. Master manipulators are skilled architects of choice, creating elaborate illusions of free will while subtly guiding you towards their desired outcome. They understand that people value their autonomy, so instead of issuing direct commands, they construct scenarios where you believe you're making your own decisions. One common tactic is the false dichotomy. They'll present you with two choices, both of which serve their interests. Would you rather we spend the holidays with my family? Or should we just stay home alone? The option of visiting your family is conspicuously absent, yet you feel like you've made a choice. Another method is the illusion of scarcity. They'll make opportunities seem limited or time-sensitive, pressuring you to make quick decisions without fully considering the consequences. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance we have to decide now. Manipulators also excel at framing. They'll present information in a way that heavily favors their preferred option, while downplaying or omitting details that might lead you to a different conclusion. It's like looking at the world through a carefully positioned window. You only see what they want you to see. The foot in the door technique is another favorite. They'll start with small, seemingly inconsequential requests, gradually escalating over time. Each yes makes the next one easier until you find yourself agreeing to things you never thought you would. They may also use the power of defaults. By setting up situations where their preferred choice is the default option, they take advantage of people's tendency to go with the flow. I've already made reservations for us unless you have any objections. Perhaps most insidiously, they'll plant ideas in your mind so subtly that you believe they're your own. Through careful conversation and suggestion, they guide your thoughts in a specific direction, making their desired outcome feel like your own brilliant idea. To counter these tactics, always take time to consider your choices. Ask yourself, where did this idea come from? What are all my options, not just the ones presented? What would I choose if there were no pressure or time constraints? By cultivating this awareness, you can begin to distinguish between genuine choices and manipulated decisions. Manipulators may also use social proof to influence your decisions. They might claim that everyone else is doing something or that people you respect would make a certain choice. This exploits our natural tendency to conform and seek approval from others. Recognizing that you're in the grip of a master manipulator is the first step towards freedom, but the journey doesn't end there. Breaking free requires courage, support, and a commitment to reclaiming your autonomy. It's a process, often challenging but immensely rewarding. Start by rebuilding your self-trust. Manipulators work hard to erode your confidence in your own judgment. Begin keeping a journal to record your experiences, thoughts, and feelings. This creates a record that can't be gaslit away and helps you reconnect with your own perceptions. Re-establish connections with friends and family. Reach out to those you've drifted away from, explaining your situation if you feel comfortable. Don't be ashamed. Manipulation can happen to anyone. You'll likely find that your loved ones are relieved to hear from you and eager to offer support. Set clear, firm boundaries. This may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to putting the manipulator's needs before your own. Start small if necessary, but be consistent. No is a complete sentence, and you don't owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries. Educate yourself about manipulation tactics. The more you understand their playbook, the easier it becomes to recognize and counter their moves. Knowledge truly is power in this situation. Consider seeking professional help. A therapist experienced in dealing with manipulation and emotional abuse can provide valuable insights and coping strategies. They can also help you process any trauma or self-doubt resulting from the manipulation. Prepare for pushback. When you start asserting yourself, the manipulator may escalate their tactics. They might switch between anger, guilt-tripping, and love-bombing to regain control. Stay strong and remember why you're making these changes. Practice self-care and self-compassion. Breaking free from manipulation is hard work. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Treat yourself with the kindness and understanding you'd offer a good friend. Build a support network of people who respect your autonomy and encourage your growth. Surround yourself with relationships based on mutual respect and genuine care. Remember, reclaiming your autonomy is not a selfish act. By setting healthy boundaries and breaking free from manipulation, you're not just improving your own life. You're setting an example that may inspire others to do the same. As you work on breaking free, be prepared for moments of doubt or nostalgia. Manipulators often leave a lasting impact, and it's normal to sometimes miss the positive aspects of the relationship. Remind yourself of the reasons you chose to break free and focus on the healthier, more authentic connections you're building. Recognizing and breaking free from a master manipulator's influence is a challenging but crucial journey. By understanding their tactics, from their chameleon-like charm to their emotional manipulation, isolation strategies, and decision-making illusions, you've taken the first step towards reclaiming your autonomy. Remember, You have the strength to set boundaries, rebuild your support network, and trust your own judgment. Your choices are your own, and no one has the right to control your reality. Stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and never forget your inherent worth beyond anyone's manipulation. The path to freedom may be difficult, but the destination, a life lived on your own terms, is infinitely rewarding.